Love your skin, but can't imagine doing 10 steps to get good skin? Let's talk about it. I know what you did. You sat in your living room at the end of 2024 and made a list of all your resolutions for this new year. And you said to yourself, getting good skin is gonna be top of the list for 2025. So you went on the YouTube, you went on the Google, you might have even gone on the Chat GPT, and you Googled how to get good skin. And it came up with a daunting amount of results. And you may have even found my channel and my skincare routine and thought, 10 steps twice a day is a lot, and I can't do it. And so now it is January 10th, and you have given up. Well, don't despair. I am here. So, I always say some people are born with good skin and some people work for good skin. And I think I worked hard for my good skin. If I had pictures to show you of me in high school, I think you would agree with me that I worked hard for good skin. For those of you who don't know, who haven't seen my skincare video, I had okay skin growing up, but then in high school, it really went out of control. I would get acne spots and they would go away, thankfully, but then I'd end up with hyperpigmentation. My forehead would be oily and then I'd get spots up there that again would go away, but then I'd end up with hyperpigmentation. And so my solution was, my skin is so oily on my forehead, dry it out, and then it won't be an issue. I was wrong. I was really wrong. And what ended up happening is that I dried out my forehead. And so there are some pictures of me where my forehead actually looks scaly because I tried to dry out what I thought was the issue of excess oil production. Now, acne, I thought left me alone when I turned 20, but surprise, it didn't. It kept coming back over the years. Not as bad as it did when I was a teenager, but bad enough to feel like I shouldn't run around being a surgeon, plastic surgeon, what have you, looking like this. What would my patients think if they see me with a huge zit on my face? I don't know. About 10 years or so, I changed my routine and I adopted the South Korean method, or one of the South Korean methods for good skincare. And that was a 10-step routine that I do every morning, every night, with a little bit of changes throughout the week that allow for different steps and different results. And I posted that. And a lot of people liked it, but I think a lot of people were also daunted by it because it can sound like a lot of steps. So if you're one of those people who maybe like me has okay skin, or maybe like me and when I was a teenager had really bad skin and think, I don't know what I can do and I can't really afford to see a dermatologist to figure it out, let's talk about what you can do without going the full 10 steps to get your face to look better. And nota bene, back skin also acts like facial skin. So if you have no problems with your face, but have acne and hyperpigmentation that you want to address, this is also the video for you. So of the 10 steps, there are 3 that are the most important. Just 3. Number 1, wash your face. Washing your face, like washing your hair, you don't want to strip it of all of the oil. Because what happens is your body sees lack of oil as a signal to then produce more oil. Avoid things like actual soap that can dry out the skin. Find a good facial cleanser. Ideally, it'd be an oil to foam cleanser, like a 2-in-1 step. And that will not only wash away the impurities of the day or of the evening, but then will also wash away kind of the oil-based cleanser that is usually the first step of a good South Korean regimen. Remember, Korea is the truth. And so they have it on lock. And so that's where I'm getting my knowledge from, and I'm sharing it with you for those of you who don't know or didn't know that South Korea is the truth and the light. You're welcome. Okay. 1, wash your face. Ideally with an oil to foam cleanser. It washes away the impurities from the day and also washes away the oil kind of base of the cleanser. For those of you wondering which of those steps does it make simpler for my regimen, so remember that my regimen is first an oil-based cleanser to wash away makeup, impurities, what have you, and then secondly a water-based cleanser to wash away and get rid of the oil. So it combines those 2 steps in one. I would still do a double wash with the same cleanser. Oil to foam and wash your face twice. And I would do this morning and night. In the morning, you do it to wash away all the impurities from overnight, sleeping on your pillow, things like that. And at night, you do it to wash away, obviously, everything that you encountered as you walked throughout the world where there is a lot of dirty air, for lack of a better word. Second step, moisturizer. Invest in a good non-comedogenic, so that's a non-pore clogging moisturizer. It's a facial moisturizer. Again, the brands themselves don't matter, but the words need to say facial moisturizer and or non-comedogenic moisturizer. And third step, especially for your morning routine, is a sunscreen. Sunscreen, again, should be non-comedogenic or facial, and it should have an SPF of at least 30. Now, if you're black and you're brown, you probably didn't realize that black and brown people get skin cancer too. They do. When we do, we get more aggressive forms of skin cancer. Ain't that a bitch? So the key is to use sunscreen and to believe in it, and just trust me on this. It's good to use sunscreen. Not only is it good to prevent skin cancer, but a lot of the freckles that we see, a lot of the fine lines and wrinkles that we see are a reflection of sun damage over the years. So if you can minimize the exposure to UV rays, you can minimize freckling, fine lines, and wrinkles. So it's good for preventing cancer, but also just good for maintaining a good youthful look throughout the years. Now, you might be thinking, at night, I don't need sunscreen. And you're right, you don't need sunscreen. At night, I would find a cream or 2 creams that have either, well, actually both and, not either or, niacinamide or retinol. Again, not either or, but both and. So if you take nothing else away from this, having niacinamide and retinol on your face are going to keep you looking good for as long as possible. They will clear uneven skin tones. They will get rid of hyperpigmentation. They will help plump the skin and hydrate the skin. They will help increase collagen production. These are all the benefits of retinol and niacinamide. They cannot be underestimated, and so they need to be part of a skin routine at any point. Retinol is only really a nighttime use because it can make you extra sensitive to the sun, and so it needs to be used almost exclusively at nighttime. Niacinamide you can use either in the morning step or in the evening step, but either way, I would incorporate those 2 things. So again, wash your face, moisturize, sunscreen, and then don't forget, include niacinamide and retinol, and you will be good for life. So remember, wash your face, moisturize, and wear sunscreen. At night, incorporate niacinamide and retinol somehow in one of those steps, and you too will look as good as you possibly can, and will have showed that good skin is not for those who have lots of money, but it's a right for everyone to have. Okay, What do you think? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do the 3 steps? Even if you couldn't do the 10 steps? Leave your comments and questions below. As always, love you lots, and bye for now.